Okay, so we have gotten the update 2019.16.2 on both the Model 3 and the Model S. And today we did some driving. We were following each other. We had to go to the service center, so we met up in between our jobs and then went there. And yeah, it was kind of fun to actually play around with it. But let's go over the release notes, and then we have some observations to go over with you guys.
And this right now we're in the Model 3 because there were some slight differences between the Model 3 and the Model S, which was an Autopilot 2 Model S.
So going through the release notes, we'll do that real quick.
The first change is the driving visualization, which is how the car is portrayed on the screen. And the driving visualization has been adjusted to automatically zoom in and out to better utilize screen space and inform you when a vehicle is detected in your blind spot. This visualization remains zoomed out when driving on highways.
You sounded almost like the movie phone guy. We'll get to some of that soon. I have a lot to say about that. We have some Sentry mode improvements. There's now actually a little button on the top right to be able to easily engage and disengage that.
Also, it has settings so you can have it automatically be on all the time, or to exclude places such as your home, your workplace, or any favorites that you might have in your navigation. So that's cool that you don't have to manually turn it on and go through all the screens anymore. Now it's just automatic, or you can still turn it on via the new button up at the top of the screen.
That is super nice. Under Sentry mode 2, they also have this data sharing policy, which now has a blurb about Sentry mode, which says they will send video clips a link to your VIN to Tesla for temporary backup, and they may also use this footage to enhance detection for Sentry mode. So there is that, in addition to the other video clips which are not linked to your VIN. So just FYI on that. And then down below they still have the autopilot summon, real-time traffic, etc. So I just noticed something though. I can now highlight things and copy them.
Oh, cool. Where are you going to do that? Copy.
What is...
That's because it's part of the browser. This is part of the updated browser. So copy
It's never done that before.
Yeah, so somebody messed up there. So
where can I paste it?
I bet try pasting it in the browser. Go to the browser. Well, you can copy stuff. You just can't paste it.
No, I pasted it into the web browser.
Oh, that's probably a new feature. I don't think anybody's mentioned that before.
So...
Now you can paste into the browser.
Interesting.
So you can probably... I wonder if you can copy stuff from your calendar.
You might be able to. We'll have to play around with that some more. But anyway, that was it for Sentry mode. So lane departure avoidance is designed to warn you or assist you with corrective steering if it detects your vehicle unintentionally starting to drift out of the driving lane without turn signal engaged. And then it tells you how to actually enable it. So you can either do assist, warning, or off. Then it does say, note, lane departure avoidance features are intended to help keep you safe, but they do not work in every situation and do not replace the need to remain attentive and in control.
I do not have the release notes for lane departure avoidance or emergency lane departure avoidance in the Model S.
So that is interesting because the Model S is an Autopilot 2 car, so maybe it's just Model 3 or maybe it's not on the 2.0 but it's on 2.5. I don't know. Comment down below if you guys have that on any Model S or X. Interested to know about that, because also he did say the S doesn't have the emergency lane departure avoidance, which the 3 now does. The software update preference, a lot of people wanted this. I'm super happy with it. But you can now have an option to receive software updates as soon as they become available for your car configuration and region. But there's 2 things you can actually click on here. There's standard and advanced. I don't know who is going to choose standard.
Well, probably most people will just leave it there that don't know.
Oh, true.
So that's the default. But I also wonder, does it really do anything?
Does it really do anything?
It might just be a little switch that does absolutely nothing.
It totally could be. I guess we'll find out on like the next
because
big
as it is, I thought everybody gets the releases as soon as they're update, but are ready.
Yeah.
But it's like they're just not necessarily available to everyone at once. So it'll be interesting to see if that does actually make any difference.
That's actually a good call. And then we also have...
Hey, we have Swedish language support.
There you go. So you can actually go into your controls, display, language, or navigation, and change it while in park. So that's basically it for the release notes, but we actually went driving in both the S and the 3. We can put some of that footage over this, but we have some things we want to talk about. I actually saw some things that were good and some things that I was like, ooh. So I was playing around with the screen, and when you're in traffic, you can't like pinch to zoom or double tap to zoom in or anything on the car. So while it will kind of go back on the car or go in on the car depending on like your speed and everything, you cannot manually choose what it is. The car does for you. I actually went through a yellow/red light, and it did not show up on the screen to alert me of that.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
That was supposed to be out in a previous version.
Exactly.
But I still have never seen it, but I
haven't either.
Typically have autopilot enabled when going through lights, so I really would never see it.
I can't remember if I had autopilot enabled, but I was hoping it would show you regardless of having autopilot.
It would be nice,
enabled.
I guess, if they started showing it.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Comment down below if you've seen that. So I had some cars turning in front of me, quite a bit ways away, and the Model 3 slowed down pretty aggressively. It saw them coming through the path, but it kind of like slammed on the brakes a little bit and kind of threw me forward just a tad. But I was hoping maybe autopilot will be able to fix this in the future, but I was hoping it would be able to see where their projected path is and realize they're not stopped in front of me, so they're not really a hazard, because it was quite a ways up. Also, cars turning in front of me were faced the same way and just sliding across the screen.
I've seen that. I've seen that for the last couple of versions.
It looked kind of funny. And the big thing for me, though, is actually when we were at the service center, David moved the Model 3 quick and changed it to his driver profile. And I noticed this about halfway home.
Oh, yes.
I had autopilot on and I was navigating, but I didn't see the navigate on autopilot. So I switched over to my profile because he must not have enabled it in his yet. Yeah. And I switched over to mine and it immediately enabled it. But if I was in your profile, I can't enable that unless I'm in park. That seems almost like a safety hazard.
Yeah, it's like a bug. It's like they programmed it for, to make sure that the driver who's selected has enabled it. But like you said, all you had to do was change profiles and you were able to enable it.
Exactly. Whereas if we stayed under your profile, we would have had to go into park. Yeah. So it seems like maybe that should be fixed. Or just let us enable it when we're not in park. I don't know. But that was kind of like the biggest thing I saw. Overall, though, I really love the new visualization screen.
It looks nice. It reminds me back to, I think, back when version 8, before they brought out version 9 on the Model S and the X, it had much bigger visualization of the car. So it's similar to that, but it's nice how it's dynamic and it changes depending on the situation.
Yeah. The one thing I did notice, though, is on my car now, I don't have a spoiler on there.
What?
But on here I do, but when I'm driving, there was no spoiler.
Whoops.
Yeah. I do like, though, how now when you're driving, the car will turn sideways so you can kind of get some sidecar action. That was kind of cool. Did Model S do that?
I think I saw that.
Now, I did see somebody posted online saying they saw raindrops on their car. Oh, yeah. I drove through the rain, never ever raindrops.
I didn't.
But I did notice it would kind of change coloration on the back screen, on the back window. I looked very closely. It almost looked like clouds. Like maybe they're doing the reflection
Somebody else said clouds. Somebody else said stars. So maybe if you drive it at night, maybe you would see stars.
That would be cool. I think it was clouds. We'll have to blow up
go back and check the footage and see.
But I think it was clouds, actually.
And also compare it between the two cars and check the S versus the 3 and see if there's any difference.
It was nice, but I definitely did not get rain. So if he saw rain on his screen, maybe he had a dirty screen.
Maybe.
Or it was clouds. Overall, huge fan of the update. A lot of very nice things. Okay, that's basically it though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As always, huge thanks to our channel sponsor, Abstract Ocean. If you guys are looking to accessorize your Model S, X, or Model 3, much like this one, definitely check them out. They have all kinds of cool products, like the screen protector. We actually have the matte one. We love it. It reduces glare to almost nothing. You can't see fingerprints. All kinds of cool stuff. Center wraps to hide this piano black that gets so scratchy. All kinds of fingerprints. All kinds of cool accessories though, and using code Tesla inventory, all one word, will get you 15% off your first order. So definitely check them out. That's basically it. Hopefully you enjoyed it though. Thumbs up if you did. Go and click here to subscribe, here for some other ones, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.